Welcome back to the Latex session 6. In today's session, we will learn how to format document into double column and multi columns, and then how to increase or decrease the font size, how to use different font style, and how to do the text alignment. Let's start with the column. Generally, we have used a single column, which is a by default. The double column is used in the research paper, journals, books, etc. And the commonly used command for the double column is \document class. In the square bracket, we add two columns and then we will continue with the text. So I am switching to the demo on the Overleaf. So here we have our lorem ipsum text already written and I have already recompiled it. So this is a single column document. Now to convert into the two column, what we will use the command is the \document class, and then here add the square bracket and write two column. Now let's see. So here you can see that our document gets split into two columns. Now let's switch back to the slide how to incorporate the multi-columns. Suppose we want to split our document into the multi-columns. We use first of all the package called multi-call, and the syntax for this is begin multi-calls. In the curly braces, the number of columns we want to incorporate, and then continue with the text and end with the multi-calls. Generally, multi-columns are used in the magazines and newspapers. So let's switch again. So what we have to do now? We have to just add the package /u package multi-call, then to begin document, begin multi-call. Suppose here we are splitting into three multi-columns. And multi-call. And again, since we don't want the two columns, so we will end out this. Delete the two columns, and here we are done with our codes, and let's recompile. So here we can see that our document is split into three columns. In the same way, you can split into more than three columns. Let's say we will split in the four columns. So here our content is split into the four columns. Now let's switch back to the slide again. Now to format the multi columns, there are some few commands. Suppose we want a column spacing. We want some space between the column. So for that, we use the command backslash set length in the curly braces, the column set, and here in the next bracket, we have to write the points, how much spacing we want between these columns, multiple columns. And suppose if we want a column separator, means we want to separate the columns by adding a line. So we just simply dividing with the adding lines. So we will do by using a command backslash set length in the curly braces backslash column sep rule. And here in the next bracket you will add the thickness of the line you want. How much thick line you want to add which act as a separator between the columns. Now, if you want a column, if you want to incorporate a column break, for that you need to use a backslash column break. It will force the content into the next column. So let's see the demo. Now we will start with the command by which we can add some space between the column, and for that what we will going to do, we just simply add backslash set length and here backslash column sep and here 20 pt. This 20 pt represent the spacing between these columns. Let me convert this into 3 so that we can see the changes in a better way. Now recompile it. So here you can see the space between the column is increased. Now if I add 40, what happens? Now you can see the spacing between the columns increases. Now make it 20 for the better visibility on the screen. Now next, let us see the command by which I can make a line which divide the columns. So let us add dividing line. So for that, what we have to use? We have to use the command set length command. So what I'll do, set length, then let me copy paste from here, paste, shift rule, shift rule, and now add 3 pt. It means the thickness of the line. Let's recompile again. Now you can see the line. The thickness is 3 pt. Now If you want thickness should be less, I have changed 3 into 1. Here you can. By this way, you can add the dividing line between the columns. Let's try to add another command for the multi-column formatting, that is the column break. How to incorporate Try to incorporate another command, that is the column break, which forces the column to start with the starting. In the next column, the content will going to be start from the next column. So for that, in order to incorporate this command, let's start to add begin multi-calls and multi-calls. Let's say for double column, and here I'm just copying some random text. Let's recompile. Here you can see the paragraphs appears here, but here the second paragraph is start with in addition. So for that, what I'll do, I'll add column break command. Recompile. So here you can see it start with in addition. Now let us add one more paragraph. And again we need to change the multi columns to 3 because we have add 3. We want 3 columns in our document. Recompile. As you can see, here comes the 3 columns, but here our paragraph will start with it is distributed. So what we will do? We just add column break. So here you can see the first paragraph it provides, second with the in addition, and third one is it is distributed. So this way we can add column break. So till now what we have learned? Till now we have learned how to add the double column, how to add multiple columns, the package used for the multiple columns, and in order to format the multi-columns, we have seen how to incorporate the column spacing, column separator, and column break. Now, next we will learn how to format the text in a document by using different font style and how to increase or decrease the font size. So I am switching to Overleaf. So let's try to add some random text. Recompile. So here you can see we have got this paragraph. Now let's try to change the font style by using, suppose I want to make some specific word to be bold, to be emphasized, to be underlined and italic. So for that, we have the different command available. For font style, if you want to make your text to be bold, we use textpf for emphasize, \emph for italic, text it, and for underline this. So now let's try to incorporate these font style. Now textpf. So here I'm making this as italic text it. Then this word presentation, underline, underline, and let's consider this word distributed under a free software license as we want to emphasize this word, this sentence. Now let's recompile and see. So here you can see the text PF, this programmable word become bold, then the cross referencing become italic here, the presentation word underline, and the word, this sentence distributed under a free software license, it become emphasized. There are some other formatting text command also, which, for example, if you want a text to be in subscript, superscript, etc. So you can try different command as per your requirement and change the font style. Now let's learn how to increase or decrease the text size. For that, let me switch to the slide. So these are common font size. If you want a very small font size, you use \tiny for the normal default, normal size, large font size, this command, footnote size. So these are the different commands which we can use to increase or decrease the font size. Let's switch to the overleaf. Let me clear out everything and just simply copy paste the plain text. So this is the plain text. So let me try to incorporate how to increase or decrease the font size in this paragraph. In order to incorporate these font size changing commands, there are slight different variation. We have to define the command along with the text in the curly braces. So let's see. Let us suppose I want this programmable word should be large. So \large and close the bracket. Recompile. As you can see, there is no change here. Let me reduce the size so that it is easily visible. You can see the programmable word is vanished. Cannot find. And there is some error also. Why? Because I haven't put a space between the command and the text. So let me put some space and recompile it again. Here you can see now the word programmable become large. Now latest font. Let's try to add some another command to change the font size. So this time I am using the footnote size. So curly braces, backslash, footnote size, space. So the word, the sentence, practically any architecture should become the footnote size. Recompile. So here you can see it's practically any architecture. The size become the footnote size. Now, let us consider that you have lot of text and keeping a track of curly braces of a text size is a bit difficult. So what we will do in that case? So we have to write the command without the curly braces. So what I'll do now, I'll just copy paste the plain text over here. And let's make another paragraph this. Okay, so I want the whole paragraph should be tiny. So what I'll do, I'll just simply type the command tiny and let's run. Here we can see it provides programmable desktop publishing feature. It's become tiny. Now I want this paragraph should be normal size. Normal size. Let's recompile. Here you can see our first paragraph will become small. It will, and the next paragraph is in the normal default size. So this way you can increase or decrease the font size and change the font style. Now the last topic of today's session is how to do the text alignment. We will learn how to do the text alignment. By default, Latex always justify our text. That is, it is left and right aligned. Well, to align the text, we write the text in between the begin and end of the respective environment. For example, if we want to left align, right align or center align, we have to create an environment and we have to write the text in between this environment. So let's see a demo. I'm switching to Overleaf. So let me write some random text over here. For that, I'm going to use package Lipsum and I'm creating three sections to understand all three alignment in a better way. So let's start creating sections. section. Let's name it main. And for the random text, write lesson 1 on 1. Now let's create another section. Name it primary, and for the text, the last section, secondary. So here we have created 3 sections. Let's recompile. So here is our main section, primary section and secondary section. Now let's see. In order to align a text, whether left align, right align or center align, we need to create an environment. So for that, what we have to do? Now let's create an environment for the first section. Begin. Flush left and then and flush left. In the same way, flush left is for the left alignment. Now let's create for second section. Begin, center, center and then and center. For the third, begin, flush right and here is our text. So let's recompile. So here you can see the first section, which is named as main, is left aligned. The second section, which is the primary one, is the central aligned, and the third one, the secondary section, is right aligned. Now let us add page break. And add some more section. Lesson 515. Lesson 616. Lesson 717. And lesson 8 on. Recompile. So here you can see we have got 4 paragraphs. Now let us try to align these paragraphs. Centering, flush right, and flush. So here I am adding all this without creating environment. Recompile. So here you can see our first paragraph is center aligned, the second one is right aligned, and the third and fourth one is left aligned. Now what if we want to align our paragraph back to the default? So what we will do? We will suppose I want to align by default the last paragraph. So what I'll do, I need to use justify and I need to use one package and the package is dragged to E. Now I'm adding a package, use package dragged to E and let's recompile and see. So here you can see that our last paragraph is by default and is justified. So we can say for the large text, we can use the direct command without creating any environment. So this way we can align our text into right, left or centered or justified by default. So this is all about this session. Thank you very much for your attention. See you in the next session.